We're back on the Frenzy. Still about 9 games on tap. Let's start the second half. The big rivalry, Catholic Central and West Catholic. Out at Christian High tonight. And boy, West Catholic came out storming first quarter, up 7-0. Dan Pittman takes the pass from Nick Ford. That's a touchdown. And they led 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. 21-7 in the fourth. Charlie Roberts runs over the Cougar defense. 26-yard touchdown. They're up 28-7. Catholic trying to come back. Nick Enns to John Haley. Oh, great catch in the back of the end zone, but West Catholic with the big win, 28-13.
All right, next up, Hamilton and Coopersville, each 7-3 a year ago. Broncos coach Jim Meerman kicking off his 25th season roaming the Coopersville sidelines. Let's take you on out there, show you how this one played out. The band strike them up, ready to go. Pick up the action in the third quarter. Hamilton up 14-10. Or 14-0. Evan Mudd hand off to Eric Spots, breaks to the outside and goes in for the score, 22 yards, and it was 21-0 Hawkeyes. Hamilton defense then stepping it up a notch. How about Dylan Raymond going to come up with a sack? Well, not really a sack, but yeah, kind of sort of. You know what I mean. Hamilton getting the shutout tonight, 21-0.
Our 12th stop of the night, Allendale, the Falcons, 8-2 a season ago, tangling with the Crusaders of Unity Christian, coming off a 7-3 campaign of their own. Defense, the story in the first half of this game. Allendale driving early on. Trevor Schultz off the play action, going over the middle, but picked off by Evan Westrate. It put an end to that drive, and it was a sign of things to come. More Unity D still in the first half. This time Sam Vanderkolk with the pressure and takes Schultz down. Scoreless game at the half when we had to bolt. 21 unanswered points for Unity in the second. They win it 21. Yes.
Next up, Caledonia and East Kentwood. A lot of fireworks in this game. A couple of great offenses at work. First quarter, Caledonia. Steve Vanderveen, 5-yard touchdown to the right corner, 14-7 Scott. Second quarter, Kentwood on the drive, Jonathan Henry. He's going to go 11 yards, tucks it in for the score, tied it up at 14-14. Here, Luke Weiss, fine quarterback for Caledonia, punches it in, but Kentwood comes back and in overtime beats Caledonia 41-34.
Next up, Sparta out of the OK Blue taking on the defending OK Black champions from Kanawha Hills. Knights coming off their first playoff appearance since 1997. First quarter, Kanawha handed off. This is Tito Wingfield. Tito off to the races. This one good for 86 yards. And the Kanawha Hills touchdown. We move ahead now to the second quarter, still 7-zip. This is Jake Klein going to go in from 16 yards out, and the route was on. Kanawha Hills 49-7 over Sparta.
Byron Center we go. Sailors of South Christian, now under the leadership of longtime Bob Blackwire assistant Mark Taminga, squaring up with the Eagles of Grand Rapids Christian. The ball in the air quite a bit, but on the ground early. This is Andre Davis. He's listed at 6'1", 240. I'm told 245, and I'm only 5'10", and he's not as big as me. That is a low. Down to the 1-yard line. It set up a 1-yard TD run for a 7-0 Eagles lead. South answering on its first possession. Jordan Hahn inside. Garrison Gaddy, who goes 16 yards. Nice rumble through the defense there. That made it 7-6 after the extra point failed. Still in the first. Hahn again. Michael Waringa this time a catch at the 12 and takes it the rest of the way. Shootout early, defense late. 18-7, South Christian winners.
Zeeland East went from kind of a laughing stock to a player last year. Now Derek Pennington hoping to take the next step, qualify for the playoffs. This was not the start they had in mind. T.J. Van Dyken pass picked off by Taylor Polanta. That ends the drive. Forest Hills Eastern defense was fantastic tonight. Took that deep into their territory. Fourth quarter up 24-7. Zach Wilkerson, quarterback keeper. He's in for the score. Forest Hills Eastern 31-7.
After 3 straight playoff appearances, including the 06 Division IV state crown, Zeeland West failed to make the playoffs a year ago. Ducks kicking off the new season with the Panthers of Comstock Park. Third quarter, that's Joe Gazer going in for the touchdown. It was 29-7. Ducks then striking again. Andy O'Connor with the quarterback keeper. 43-21. Zeeland West kicking off the new season with a W.
Game number 18, final stop, Hastings tonight. Saxons facing the visiting Vikings of Lakewood. Both teams 4-5 a year ago. Mackenzie Dome back The pass gets picked off by John Geisler of Hastings. The defense shutting the door down. Then in the fourth, into the end zone, the Saxons would go. This is Dewey Slaughter pounding in from a yard out. That made it 27-0. That's the way it ends up tonight. Hastings shutting out Lakewood.
All right, so that's 28 games in the first 2 days of the season. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, check in on the pennant race. Stick around. The frenzy continues in 2 minutes.